Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Black Death Gold. Let's explore. I love stories like this. Found this over on the BBC. Gold coins lost in Black Death confusion. Found in Refam. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not sure. But very interesting. Look at that coin folded over. Gold coins back then were very flat, very thin, easily bendable. And this one is almost pure gold. Wow. A very rare Edward III gold coin was lost in the wake of the Black Death, has been found by a metal detectorist. Yes, indeed. Found treasure, which is firmly where this video will go, by the way, in a playlist of videos of this sort. It's one of the things that this channel does, is I like to uncover news that either I find on my own or others send to me, and I do stories like this. So if you're interested, check out the playlist for Found Precious Metals Treasure. The 23-karat leopard, or leopard, I'm not sure if that's leopard or leopard, was discovered with another gold coin called a noble near Refam, Norfolk. Finds liaison officer Helen Gake said that leopard was withdrawn within months of being minted in 1344, and hardly any have survived. So this is quite a rarity. She said the coins were equivalent of 12,000 pounds today and would have been owned by someone at the top of society. So that's probably equivalent to over 24 grand in US. The leopard, which was never been found with another coin, was discovered with a rare 1351 to 1352 Edward III noble. And here we can see the coins show a little sign of wear and tear, suggesting they were lost soon after the noble was minted in 1351. There you can see, and how it's just kind of crunched over. It looks more like a potato chip with a design on it, probably than a gold coin, but pretty amazing to see that. After the Norman conquest, the only coins in circulation were silver pennies. The royal treasury might talk in terms of pounds, shillings, and pence, but the physical reality was sacks of silver pennies. And I think that just goes to show you that during that time, or really even throughout most of history, silver was the coin of the realm. It was the people's money. It was distributed and widely circulated, silver-wise. And it's gold was really for the elite. And so that's why I think it's something to be said for gold to hold into your stack, as many times our silver stacks can become so large, they literally take up so much space as we accumulate the metal, that it's good to have a little bit of gold in there as well. So there you go. Edward III decided to reintroduce the first gold coins in England since the Anglo-Saxon era, and no one knows why. The coins, called a florin, a leopard and a helm, were minted in early 1344, but withdrawn within months. Dr. Gake said, for some reason they didn't catch on, but when 1 or 2 pennies were the equivalent of a day's wages in today's minimum wage rate, perhaps very few people used them. Exactly. I think that's a wise deduction. They were replaced with the noble, worth 6 shillings and 8 pence. The Refam find shows that the leopard, or leopard, which was worth 3 shillings, was in circulation for much longer than previously thought. Dr. Gake said, we asked ourselves why and realized the Black Death reached England in 1348. It was hugely cataclysmic. A third of the population was dying. It was definitely much worse than this pandemic that we went through, but this was obviously an epidemic, but for the people there, it may as well have been a pandemic. They had no idea how it spread, and usually it was through rats, the Black Death, the bubonic plague, essentially. Usually the authorities would be keen to remove a withdrawn coin as soon as possible. The coins were found in October of 2019. Their status as treasure is subject to a coroner's inquest. A coroner in the United Kingdom is somebody who safeguards the property of the crown. And so, yes, very interesting story. Let's take a look here over on the Portable Antiquities Scheme website that catalogs this particular piece and find 2 gold coins found. Both are early issues of Edward III, Leopard issued in 1344 and a Noble issued in 1351. Let's see if we can view this and zoom. Okay, the plugin's not supported here, but we may be able to. Nothing there. So anyways, all right, very interesting indeed. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. No, it does not let me do that. Plugin is not supported. But very interesting. Both coins were found in half, so not all of their details are visible. And really, the correct way would be kind of folded over, really more than half, or found folded in half. Neither have much wear apart from scuffing caused by agricultural activity. The Noble coin was worth 6, I guess 6, 8. I'm not sure what that means. 8D and 6S means. Leopard was struck as one of the first 3 denominations through which Edward III sought to introduce a gold coinage in England in early 1344. This coinage failed. It seems because the mint charges were too high and the value assigned the coins overvalued gold against silver. New coins were introduced to replace them in July 1344 in a process of adjustment that went on until 1351. Mint records indicate that little over 30,000 pounds of gold coin was produced across these months. Nevertheless, all the initial denominations, florin or double leopards, leopards 3 or half leopards or helm, are known today from very small numbers of surviving examples, and none came from the context of recorded hoards that helped assess how long they remained in currency. 3 examples of the leopard coin exist in public collections, 2 in the British Museum and a 3rd at the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford. The 2 coins were issued within 10 years of each other and represent high denominations with a notional combined face value of 9S8D, whatever that means. Seems unlikely that they represent separate losses, and indeed, there may have been more coins originally in the deposit. The gold standard used was over 23 carats, which is about 96% pure gold. That's pretty amazing. They could get that high of a purity back then. And it would seem like being that high of a purity that maybe they would unfold those. It always kind of makes you wonder if it would be risky to do that with such a high purity. I would think it would be very malleable when it could happen, but I don't know, maybe for posterity they wanted to keep them folded over. It seems likely that both coins went into the ground at the same time, either as part of a purse loss or as part of a concealed hoard, assuming these coins were deposited together. This find would appear to be the first to indicate that some leopards remained in use into the early years of the 4th coinage period. Although gold coins did not circulate with much intensity, from their condition it seems unlikely that they went into the ground very, very many years after issue. We might suggest a date of loss or concealment circa 1351 to 1375. So still a fairly large range there. On the balance of probabilities, these coins belong together as a hoard and constitute a potential case of treasure by being gold coins older than 300 years and one of 2 or more coins. So we really don't know. This tells us kind of the status and where it is. So the medieval period, only 11.2 grams here, and tells you the dates of discovery. Pretty interesting indeed. And this story from the BBC is relatively recent, only a day ago as of the recording of this video. So I think that's quite compelling, quite interesting indeed, but amazing to see for sure. Let me know what your thoughts are about this story. Black Death Gold. Wow. Insane. Crazy. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.